Hello, my name is Todd Durkin. Welcome to the dynamic warm-up. What you're about to see is the system we employ before you start to exercise, work out, or before competition. The dynamic warm-up should be about 10 to 20 minutes in length, and it should be right after a general warm-up. Behind me you see jumping rope going on. I typically recommend that you do a general warm-up, a jog, jumping rope 5 to 10 minutes before, and then go right into the dynamic warm-up. The dynamic warm-up will prepare the entire body, the nervous system, the connective tissue, the fascia, for the actual competition. It will employ from feet to fingertips, left and right, front and back. If you don't know where to start your exercise routine, the dynamic warm-up is the perfect place to start. Let's get going. During the dynamic warm-up, I like to have two cones spaced out about 10 yards apart. When we're putting the cones together, we'd also like to see the athlete run about 5 yards after each cone. So if you like to have a hash marks or cones placed after that, you can. You're going to see a series of movements here where the athlete goes through from cone to cone and then just takes off about 5 yards after each one. The first one we're going to do is it's called high knees. The athlete's going to come through and they're going to start high knees. Okay, and just nice easy running, you're going to see nice easy arm swing, and they're warming up their body. As they come through, you'll see the high knees and the arm swing coming back and forth. It is important while doing high knees to use the arms. A lot of athletes do not like to use the arms, they don't use the arms correctly. So, if you can do that one more time here, we're going to come through and take a look at the feet. We want to keep the feet up toward the nose, so you want to keep that dorsiflexion of the feet as you're coming through with high knees. This is again just a general warm-up, getting the athlete prepared for the competition. Next one we're going to do is called butt kickers. Okay, we're going to take the heels toward the glute like you're scratching your hamstrings. We're going to take the heel toward the glutes and think about like a comb scratching the hamstrings coming on through. Warming up those hip flexors and hamstrings and quadriceps with a little scratches. One more time coming through on that. Very important on those butt kickers to come up. Take the heel toward the glute and cycle on around. Once again, you do want to see a nice natural relaxed state with that upper body. Very nice job on that. Great. Now next one, if we can do some skipping. Nice easy skips. When we're skipping, skipping is one of the most important activities to do while preparing to run. Skipping is a very essential activity, and what I often see with skipping is people don't know how to coordinate opposite arm and leg when they're coming in and skipping, keeping their toe up. I often see that. Skipping, you want to start the athlete here, and then they're going to be coming through as they're skipping. So if we can just do some skipping from cone to cone, nice and easy, skipping, using those arms, 90 degrees, coming on up, skipping, excellent, skipping about 10 yards, and then kind of running through after you get that cone. Fast skips now, same thing, we're going to be skipping, it's going to be a little bit faster, okay? Skipping, good, quick, keep those arms tucked in and skipping. And good, skipping, excellent job. Now as you can see, as you start to skip, you're preparing for a run. What I like to see is the ground contact is on the ball of the foot. On the ball of the foot is very important because that's where the elasticity of the entire lower shank is kept. And that's what we want to really, we want to have some ground reaction forces to be able to warm up that ballistic action in the ankle, feet, and calf complex. So, one more time, if we can go some high skips now. Okay, it's a series of skipping, a little bit of high skips coming off that ground a little bit more. Arm swing is very important. About 20% of our jump comes from our arm and upper body. Excellent job. If we want to get a little more advanced, let's see if the athlete can do a backward skip. Exact same thing now. This time what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can skip backwards. And we're going to actually skip going back. It's very difficult, coordination-wise, to do a backward skip. Let's see if we can do that. Remember, as athletes, we move forward, backwards, sideways all the time. Can we train that way? We should prepare to train that way so that we can play that way. Excellent job on that. Next one's called ankle flips. Ankle flips with straight legs, arms by your side. Can you run with just your ankles flipping back and forth? Your legs should be straight, and you're actually trying to run from the ball of your foot. Ankle flips are just pushing you up, propelling you forward, your arms are not being used, and you're propelling yourself up. Get used to feeling the ball of your foot. The ball of your foot is where it's all kept. All of your energy, your stored energy and elasticity is in the ball of the foot. One more time coming back with ankle flips, coming on back, no legs being used, and come on up. You're trying to really propel yourself upward as you come on up. Nice. There we go. Good job on that. Straight leg, straight arm, and really everything from that ankle joint. That lower shank is very, very important, which you're going to see in just a little bit. Now we're going to go sideways. We're going to do side jack and shuffle. So we're going to be shuffling down, and we're just going to be nice and easy using that arm as we come forward, sideways. Side jack and shuffle. Nice athletic position. Stay low. Warm up that upper body, those shoulders. Side jacks. Good. And coming back that other way. There we go. Side jack and shuffle. Now again, we have these cones spaced out about 10 yards apart. You can certainly take them out wide or go 15, 20 yards as long as that athlete is prepared. By the time they start the dynamic warm-up, they should be sweating a little bit. By the time they're done with the dynamic warm-up, they should be absolutely ready to go. The nervous system should be prepared for the competition. Next one, we're going to progress up. We're just going to do a side run. Same thing, but now we're going to come up and over, stretch out that groin as we come up and over, and it's just going to be running right on through. Using those arms, chopping them back. Elbows are tight. Stretch out that right side. Good, all the way through. You want to get about 4 or 5. That's it, and then turn and run. That's it, coming back the other way. Both sides, great for the groin and adductors to stretch out. We always want to have that athlete turn and run because that's what they're going to do in competition. Good. Side runs with a karaoke step now. Same exact thing, up and over, coming on back. So it's going to be over, under, and under. Like a karaoke, but we want to accentuate that high knee drive to get that groin stretch on up. So it's over and under, back and forth. Very important to warm up the adductors and hips. The groin is very important in sport, as well as our hip rotators. These two motions, lateral shuffle, warms up the hips, and the high step crossover is going to get the groin warmed up. Very important in sport because sport's all about agility and quickness and cutting side to side. And that's what this is preparing us to do. One more time coming back, athlete. Here we go, Josh. That's it, over and under, stretch out that groin. Also, we want to look and see, is one side different than another? Maybe one hip doesn't go as high going one way versus going the other way. That could mean we've got some tightness in one side. That is imperative that we do the dynamic warm-up to get that balanced on out. Very nice job. Excellent work. Lunge and rotate. I like to use a line here so we can see. When you're doing dynamic warm-up, it's all about getting balance and coordination and a rhythm involved. So we're going to have it flex T, means elbows up at 90 degrees. We're going to step, rotate. This line gives me some feedback, instantaneous feedback, if the athlete is in line. So as they take that flex T, they step left and rotate left, step right and rotate right. This is warming up the trunk, the core, as well as the lower body. When we're doing the lunge, we want to take a peek and see, is the knee in line with the front toe? Okay, we don't want to extend the knee past that front toe, as that may put a little excess pressure on the knee. So you can see even our athletes here are getting some feedback on that. You want to eliminate that gather step if we can and step right through on that, Anna. Perfect. Makes it a little bit harder. And you'll see the young athletes really trying to stabilize, and once they do that, you'll see that young athlete here and they'll gather. We want to actually have them step through if possible so they can continue that motion continuously. Let's come on back, same exact thing. Flex T position, keeping your shoulder blades pinched. If you're an overhead athlete, it's important that we keep this. Strengthens up the small muscles of that upper body between the shoulder blades, stepping and going. Perfect. That's a good job right there. Nice and low, stepping and rotating. There we go. Lunging back and forth. Excellent. If we do it forward, we should do it backwards. This is going to be a little more challenging. Reverse lunge and rotation. Flex T rotation. As we step right now, we open that up, look for trunk rotation. Does my trunk rotate as well this way as it does when I go the other way? That is something that I should be looking for as a coach, as a parent, to see, do I have equal rotation both ways? If not, I know I've got some discrepancy between that lower back and the obliques that I need to correct. And you can see the athlete here, we had Josh just kind of using that line back and forth, pretty balanced on that. Coming on back, a line is just giving me feedback. By all means, it's not imperative to use a line, it's just giving me nice feedback on that to see, is that person taking false steps? Not a big deal, it's just giving me instantaneous feedback, which is always a good thing as a coach to know, are there any imbalances in there? Excellent job. That's a reverse lunge. If we go forward, we go sideways, we should also go backwards. So now we're going to do a side lunge. We're going to reach out as far as we can with that right side and coming on back. Reach out as far as we can with that Reach out as far as we can, coming on back. So a side lunge going over to one direction here. You're stretching out your groin on both sides because you really side lunge it as far as you can. Stepping on out. There you go. Good. If we have an overhead athlete, which Josh is a baseball pitcher, we can always have him in a flex T position, which always helps strengthen the small muscles of that back, rotator cuff, supraspinatus, infraspinatus, all those rotator cuff muscles which are important. If you're a little league kid watching this or a young softball player, keep the arms up. If you're a quarterback, keep the arms up and hold and pinch and see what that's like. If we can come back the other direction now, can you see one direction is different than another? We should always be even on both sides. If you have groin problems, this is a great dynamic stretch for you. Once again, we're not holding that stretch statically where you'd hold for 30, 45 seconds. There's actually movement involved. So a little side lunge here, it's a great thing for us. We are preparing the body to play and preparing it to move. Good job on that, good movements. If you are a runner, a linear runner, side-to-side motions will be extremely challenging for you. You're not used to coordinating your body side-to-side motions. It's that much more imperative to do side-to-side motion so you don't develop injuries such as the IT band syndrome, shin splints that typically come from running straight ahead on that. Great job on the side lunge, guys. Over and under the fence will be our next movement that we do. Very similar to the last one. Let's get those hips nice and warmed up. Performance is all about the hips. Over the fence, over the fence, under the fence. Big step over the fence, big step over the fence, under the fence, back and forth. Hips, baby, here we go. Over and over, and on under, under. Step, step. Very good. Big step over with the right, big step over with the left, and then step under the fence. Once again, I should be looking at the athlete's hips here as he's moving forward and assessing when he goes the other way, is there any change? That's it. Over, over, under, under. The dynamic warm-up. Prepare the hips, prepare the hip flexors, all those things to get ready for the competition. We cannot spend enough time on this area. Again, it's going to be about 10 to 20 minutes. Very essential and critical for your success to do those over and under the fence motions. Now, Frankenstein walks. Let's get the hamstrings nice and warmed up. Frankenstein walks, hands are going to go out, opposite arm and leg, stretching on out. It's important that we keep the legs straight as we do this. Hamstring walks, dynamically stretching out the hamstrings, especially the upper hamstring, okay, the attachment up by the glutes. That will stretch out those glutes and hammies, okay? Whenever you have a hamstring pull, okay, that could take you out of the competition for a long time, several weeks on that, if not longer. So I also like to add a little bit more dynamic component with a hamstring skip, okay, adding that skip component, okay, back and forth, opposite arm and leg as we come on through with the hamstring, okay, Frankenstein skip, okay. Adding that skip component, the more ballistic action, starting to warm up the foot and ankle complex. Very nice. You can see the pop in her step, which is good, okay. Very nice job on that. You can see that actual skip with that Frankenstein. Once again, the Frankenstein, good for the hamstrings. Most athletes very tight in the hammies, which slows you down when we're talking about speed. Next one, we're going to do prisoner walks. Elbows up, stand nice and high, take your sternum up high, knee toward the elbow. Pop it on up, stretch out the groin and the glutes. Okay, all the way down the line, back and forth. Prisoner walks. Keep your sternum and your chest straight down. Take your knee right up toward the elbow. What I often see mistake-wise is actually taking the elbow and moving it down to your knee. We don't want to do this. You see that often. Stand up high, nice and tall, and drive your knee towards your elbow. There we go. Perfect. Maintain that posture. Posture and core strength are very important. Those will be coming on later on in the show. You get to see on the nice easy prisoner walks, along with monster walks or monster lunges. Same exact motion now. Big step, big lunge, elbow on the inside of the ankle, big step, big lunge, stretch out the whole entire leg and groin complex. Monster walk, monster lunge coming on in. The more you stretch the elbow on the instep, the more you're going to feel that stretch. Big step, a little more down the line here, not too much of an open here. Coming straight on down, stepping on through. Perfect. There we go. All the way down on that. Monster walks and lunges obviously can be done backwards also. The lunging complex is outstanding for that. Not an easy movement. There we go. Excellent job on that. Those are just some movement skills that you can do, both linear and lateral kind of things. The next thing we're going to do is called an inchworm. An inchworm is going to be something where you're warming up the shoulder complex, the core, stomach, and lower back as well. If both athletes can come down at the same time on this, okay? On that, what we're going to do is we're going to start down what's called the downward facing dog position, and we're just going to walk your hands out as far as possible, all the way on out. And once you get all the way out, then you're going to walk your feet all the way back on in. This is great for the core, great for the shoulders, great for the stomach to warm that area up. You can see the athlete is going out pretty far here. The further you go out, the harder it's going to be. You can go to the point where your hands are just under your shoulders and stop, or you can go out to where your chest is just an inch below the ground. Obviously, if you hold out there, that makes it longer. And once you get all the way out there, we're now going to reverse the directions and go to a reverse inchworm. If we do it forward, we should do it backwards. So now we're going backwards. It's a little bit more difficult to coordinate the backwards motion, but you're going to get that same exact motion going backwards and pushing. Great for the shoulders, great for the core, great for the hamstrings and glutes while moving. Excellent job as we come on through that. And one more time on the inchworms. I like to do about 4 or 5 of those forward, 4 or 5 of those backwards to really warm up that entire body and prepare us for the next segment of the workout, which will be coming on up. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to continue with the inchworms. If our athletes can just come over here and face us, guys, we're going to come down into the downward facing dog position. Okay? And the cats and dogs, come down to all fours at first. What we're going to do is just warm up that back with a dynamic little cats and dog stretch. Head is going to be up, arch the back, and then head goes down. Chin tucks toward the chest, and we're back and we're forth. Back and forth just to get that warm back nice and warmed up. And now we can go into a quick little dynamic downward facing dog, slowly walking on up. And our athlete is now ready for the stationary aspect of the dynamic warm-up. Now what we just did was a lot of movement, about 10 minutes of movement for the dynamic warm-up. That prepares the lower body, the ankles, the knees, the feet, the calves, the groin, the hamstrings, the core, the shoulders, the hands and wrists, everything to prepare. We're now going to move into more stationary aspects of the dynamic warm-up. The next thing is going to be called the jumping jack. You're all familiar with the jumping jack. All we're going to do is all the way up, all the way down with some jumping jacks. Let's take a quick peek at the jumping jack. Begin. Now as we're doing jumping jacks, it's not just a jumping jack that you did back in middle school, parents. You should have your arms straight and really be stretching out your shoulders and warming up those shoulders. Another important aspect is the feet. When you're working on jumping jacks, let's not try to let your feet be lazy. Try to tuck your toes up towards your nose, because that helps warm up the entire lower body again and warm up the feet, the ankles, and that whole calf complex. And relax, take a rest. So when you do these jumping jacks, it's not just about letting your feet be floppy. It's about tucking your toes up to your nose to prepare yourself, your whole lower shank, and this whole area right here called your tibialis anterior complex. That's where your shin splints are. That's where they develop. And your lower shank, everything below your knee, is absolutely essential when it comes to developing the strength in that area. The jumping jack is excellent to prepare your body for the activities that are about to come. Along with jumping jack is the seal jack. We open our chest, we're back and we're forth. Seal jacks. Next thing you see is the seal jacks is they open up, they're stretching their chest. Same motion down low, the feet should be up nice and high, and you're opening your chest. Most of us have too tight chest, upper cross syndrome. The chest is tight. Open, pinch your shoulder blades back, right into the fling where we cross our arms and cross our legs. Okay, crossing our arms, cross our legs, right into it, Anna. Good, cross your arms, cross your legs. These are called flings. Flings, once again now, foot coordination's involved. Back and we're forth, called the fling. And relax. Flings open the chest back and forth, and there's foot coordination. You'd be surprised and shocked how many elite athletes, even pro athletes, have a tough time with motions trying to coordinate the actual motion of their feet, and they get caught up. Foot coordination is important. You watch the best athletes out there, they often have quick, dynamic feet that are coordinated. The dynamic warm-up helps prepare us for that. The next thing will be called the gate swings. Gate swings are a great dynamic stretch for the groin and the hips. The big thing is here you want to drop your hips in and you're out. So the gate swing, you press your hands on the inside of your knees and you're in, you drop your hips and you pop right back on up. Gate swings, we typically do about 10 gate swings to warm up the groin. This will flow from one thing to the next to the next. So about 15, 20 minutes, you are flowing pretty good. As I mentioned before, this is a workout for a lot of people, a lot of athletes, a lot of young athletes. The dynamic warm-up is a great starting point because of a little hopping component. The heart rate will get elevated on this. You'll start to see a sweat. You'll start to hear them get a little out of breath and relax, take a little rest. So that area, when you're doing the gate swings, warms up that entire body. I will flow from one to the next as we're doing that to prepare that athlete for the competition. Pogo hops. Pogo hops, with the pogo hop, what we want to do now is keep our knees bent at 90 degrees like a blade saw, and it's all going to be focusing down the lower body. When we do a pogo hop, we'll do short pogo hops first. Toes are up, and all we're doing is warming up that whole ball of the foot complex, right? The ball of the foot. So whether you're doing it here, or if you see it from the side, when you're doing that pogo hop, you're warming up the ball of your foot. This is reinforcing proper speed mechanics and proper running mechanics of where the contact should be on the bottom of the foot. Let's take a look at our athletes and see how they do with the pogo hop. Keep your toes up to your nose is the cueing that you should use, and you're quick. Let's get it going now. Let's get that movement going. Get them going. Use 90 degrees with your hands. And now let's go high pogo hops. Legs are locked. Let's go high. Can you see their nose toward their nose? Toes to the nose. And relax. Take a rest. Athlete, can you please pull your foot up towards your nose? Okay? You could pull your athlete here and just have them that. When they do the pogo hop, you're actually going to see them come right back up. There will be a natural plantar flexion when you're running. But if the foot is already compacted and tightened down, the time spent on the ground is going to be less, so the ground reaction force can be more. So you can really pound off the ball of the foot and explode off, so you get that extreme power and explosiveness. So all of these motions, when we're doing pogo hops, are important in reinforcing good speed mechanics. So we had our jumping jacks, seal jacks, gate swings, and pogo hops. That prepares us for the next step. Let's take a look at the lower body aspect of things. At any time, we can always revert back to the cats and dogs, which is a great movement for the lower back. As we do the cats and dogs, you can see the athlete arching and relaxing the back, which is great for that lumbar spine and mid-thoracic region. And then we're just going to sit back into a child's pose. Once again, anytime we need a rest, we can sit back into child's pose, which helps stretch out the glutes and the lower back. If you're a parent or a trainer and you'd like to give them a little assistance, you could always place one hand on the sacrum and lower back and really help stretch that area out. Let's come flat down onto our stomach into what's called a scorpion kick. Scorpion kicks are one of the most important dynamic movements that you can do before you actually begin your competition, because it helps open up the hip flexors. Athletes, if we just do some scorpion kicks. With the scorpion kick, you're flat down on the stomach, your arms are out straight across, and you're taking your opposite foot towards your opposite hand. So your right foot goes towards your left hand and vice versa. Go at your own comfortable pace and try to feel a stretch on the front side of the body. If the athlete is predispositioned or has any serious back injury like a herniated disc and they can't do this movement, we want to stay away from it. But this is a critical move to open up the hip flexors. If you're looking to get faster, the hip flexor is very important to stretch out and get nice and strong and flexible. The scorpion kick is typically done between 10 to 20 repetitions, 10 to 20 times. And once again, I should be looking to see, is one hip flexor tighter than another? Is one hand or does one foot get closer to one hand than another? Which would give me some feedback on that. And relax down nice and easy. So the scorpion kick is very, very important to do to help the hip flexor. The hip flexor, the psoas muscle, P-S-O-A-S, the hip flexor, is the only muscle in the body that crosses the hip joint. We do want to stretch that area out because it is responsible for speed and drawing your knee up towards your chest. So when you're actually driving at top end speed, the more flexible you are, the more range of motion you can get, and therefore the more speed that you will have. We'll go into the next one, which is called army crawls. This helps warm up the glutes and hips. With the knees, the elbows now bent at 90 degrees, we're just going to continue on one side to go 10 on one side and 10 on the other. So let's just go 10 on one side, 10 on the other on army crawls. Lifting your knee up, which will activate the glutes, the glute medius, glute maximus, all the way up toward the elbow, and you're going to just stay down, lifting that up, going to warm up the lower back, the quadratus lumborum, as well as those hips. And then once we get that, we'll switch up the sides. Let's say it was 10 on one side and we'll go 10 on the other. army crawls. Great to warm up, again, the whole hip complex, which is absolutely essential that we warm on up. After army crawls, we'll now have the athlete roll over onto their back. Their arms will be out to their side, what's called the one-legged windshield wiper. On just one leg, we're actually going to take this leg and we'll take it on a diagonal movement down to the ground and up toward the opposite hand. Let's continue that motion about 10 times as we go in that one-legged windshield wiper action. This is warming up, once again, the glutes and lower back in a diagonal fashion. A very important motion to help warm up that area so that when we're on the field cutting and sprinting, that whole glute area is warmed up. So opposite arm and leg, straight leg as possible, keeping that toe dorsiflex at all times if we can, and then we'll switch up the other way. Diagonal action, keeping that toe dorsiflex, which is nice. Remember, dorsiflexion means toes to the nose. We want to reinforce that as much as possible because when you are dorsiflexing the foot, that will strengthen up the lower shank. We're back and we're forth on that. One-legged windshield wipers. Back and forth with the one-legged windshield wiper, really good to stretch out that lower back. Excellent job. And relax. Taking the knees up to 90 degrees. We're going to bend the knees to 90 degrees, all the way up, all the way down. And we're just going to do a little hip crossover with the arms out to the side. We're just going to at 90 degrees, bring the hips over one side, the knees over one side, and the knees over to one side. Back and we're forth. We'll do this between 10 to 20 repetitions as we do some hip crossovers. The hip crossover is a wonderful move for the obliques and lower back. We could always later on for strength put a medicine ball between the knees, which will really get the lower abs and obliques, but great to warm up the lower back. If you are in pain and you're a parent, this is a nice movement that you can do as well to help warm up the lower back region. Hip crossovers. Excellent job with the legs straight out in front of you. We're going to do a dynamic hamstring movement now with the arms out by the side, all the way out to the side. Once again, just lift one hamstring up in the air. I'm going to assess to see how high he gets. Bring it back to the ground and bring it right back on up again. Keeping your toe flexed, I want you to dynamically, actively bring that up a little quicker. Okay, we're looking for a little bit of speed on this to warm up that hamstring action. Okay, the straight-legged hamstring movement is very important to stretch out the hamstrings dynamically. We get that, we switch up the other sides, and once again, I should be able to see, is one side different than another? Is one hamstring tighter than another? And it should not be. We should have balance and symmetry throughout our body. If we do not, we know we need to focus a little bit more time and attention to that one area. Excellent job. And if our athletes can now just sit on up, and what we're going to do is we're actually going to roll on our backs, and we're going to sit back up into a rolling hamstring stretch. So as we do that, what we're going to do is we're going to have a seat, and you'll actually roll back all the way on your back, come on up, V stretch, back and forth. We're going to actively into a V stretch, back and forth. With a straight leg, back and forth, all the way up, all the way down about 5 times. With this, we can do modified hurdler stretch, rolling V stretch, all real good for that groin hip complex. Back and forth, and relax down onto our backs. We're going to lie straight on our backs, legs bent at 90 degrees, feet on the ground, and hip extensions. Let's lift the legs up off the ground. Hip extensions, once again, warmed up the lower back. Hold and squeeze all the way up and down. Knees are at 90 degrees, feet are on the ground. We're lifting all the way back. Okay, warming up the whole core complex. And hold at the top. What I like to do also with 2 legs is take a look at one leg. Let's lift one leg up in the air, all the way up, a little bit higher, and one-legged hip extension now. Let's do 5 on one side, 5 on the other. Hips go down to the ground, hips come right back up into a one-legged hip extension. All the way up, all the way down, one-legged hip extensions. Do that 5 times on one, 5 times on the other. And is one side weaker than another? Is one side less flexible than another? Does one side feel less efficient? The communication between the athlete and the trainer is very important that we do that. So parents, trainers, be aware of the movement. Be really assessing in the dynamic warm-up to see, is one side more efficient? Is one side more flexible than the other? And relax all the way down and good. Let's flip back over onto our knees, guys. We'll be facing the camera. And what we're going to do is just come onto one knee. Let's move those mats so they're facing straight on up into those cameras. And we do this nice, easy hip flexor stretch. The psoas, nice, easy on this one. We're going to lunge forward, keeping your numbers up, showing your chest. Drop your pelvis forward all the way. And you've probably seen this one before. I'm going to add a twist to it to make it a little bit more challenging so you can really feel the whole breadth and length of the psoas, which attaches up right below the belly button, comes all the way underneath into what's called the lesser trochanter of the femur. Take the right arm if your right knee is down and reach up and across over top your left and feel the entire upper body stretch. If you're an overhead athlete, let's say you're a quarterback or a baseball pitcher, if you're always this way, you may have a more flexible hip flexor on this side versus, now let's compare it to the other side. Let's switch up. Left knee is down and left arm is up and over top. Let's look and see if there's any imbalances between the sides, because if there is, we need to get rid of it, because if we don't, there will be injury which will occur. These athletes are now prepared and ready to warm and ready to go play their game. And relax, coming up to the feet, and relax. From the standing position, a couple other moves that we can do are called squats and side lunges. The squat is one of the most essential basic movements that we can do. You don't need to do a lot of heavy weight to get great results, and before even going under any bar and doing a squat, we should be able to assess and make sure that we can do the squat correctly. When doing the squat, we should come all the way down, drop your tail, coming right back on up, back and forth. So as we're squatting, we're all the way up and all the way down. Athletes, if you want to just start that squatting motion, so when you're doing that, you want to make sure that the tail is sitting back. Okay, your weight's through your heels on this one, and you're coming all the way up and back. An assessment technique I often do with my athletes is having their arms up over their head into an overhead squat to assess. Now the purpose right now isn't just do assessments, to warm the body up through that. So if you want to, you can have them do that to see if they have tight chest. But the squat, okay, now let's do a little faster speed squats. We're going to be moving back and forth in that squatting action. Excellent. Let's say we do 10 of those. Into the side lunge. Going over this different direction here, we're going to side lunge it on out. We're back and we're forth. We lunge it. I like to pick it on up actively, drive it off the ground, back and we're forth. So we're just going to side lunge. Let's give that a shot. Going over this way. See if you can actually drive off the ground and push explosively off that ground. Okay, back and we're forth. Explosively push off that ground, stretching out your groins and legs and quads. Good, and time, let's switch up, go the other way into the side lunge. Okay, good. So when you're pushing off that, you want to really make sure you get that good drive coming on back. The dynamic warm-up, the most essential component to a great workout. You saw a lot of different movements here today. Running, skipping, jumping, hopping, all those different things to warm the body. Forward, sideways, backwards, 2 feet, 1 foot, on your knees. Movement, stationary, on your feet, on your knees, to get the body prepared for the action that's going to be done. Remember, the dynamic warm-up elevates the core temperature of the body. It prepares the body to play. It prepares the neuromuscular system for sport. Sport is very dynamic. It takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of movement. It takes a lot of sensory stimuli to really get the body prepared. A static stretch where you just hold for 15 to 30 seconds, we're going to save that for after the workout. When we're all done, we'll do the static work to lengthen out the fascia. Here, it's all about preparing the body to play. The dynamic warm-up that you just saw will prepare your body to play and get your game to the next level. Thank you for watching this video. Let's now hold heavy up top. That's it, Kyle. Nice. Power skips. Power skips. Ready, go. Nice power skips. Very good. Skip it up and go. Good, Nick. Good. Power skip. Drive it on up. First group, back pedal, and go. Turn. Second group, go. Turn. Next group, go. Turn. Good. Same thing, coming back the other way. One left, one last time, go right. Back home, turn, ready, and go. Turn. And go. Turn. 2 hands on the ball. Go. Turn. Good. Side lunge now, guys. Side lunge. Big step out. Okay, big step out. Get a little movement going. Ready? And go. Big step. Good. Next group. And go. Big step out your right. Reach. Reach with your right. Go. Reach with your right. Reach with your right. Nice. Coming on back. Ready? And go. Nice. Is that good for you as far as going this angle versus straight on? Tie. Reach, stretch out that right groin. Reach. Nice. Ready and go. Reach. Reach. There you go. Nice. And go. And go. Stay low. Reach. Nice. Over and under the fence. Over under the fence. Big step over. Big step over. Oh, under, under. Over, over. Drag under, under if you want to. First group, go. Over, over, under, under. Big, big. No cross those feet if possible. Over, over, under, under. Big 2 steps. Good, Ty. Good hips, Nick. Here we go. Under, under, over, over. 2, 2. 1, 1. 2, 2. Really reach up those hips. Nice. There you go. There you go. Get those hips going. Okay, ball working lateral. Going back to carry up those quicker feet now and carry up. Very short. Okay, ready? Go. Good. Quick carry up. Next group, go. Next group, go. Turn those hips. Good. Facing the same way. Quick feet. Now quick feet. Picking up the pace and go. Good. Next group, go. That's it, Nick. Next group, go. Quick feet. Nice. Over unders, big step, okay? Over and under, it's quicker now. Get 3 or 4, take off running. 3 or 4, it's quicker than last time. Over and under, ready, go. Hold up, come back. Good, so we're actually running. We're actually running now, we're just picking up speed. Good, right cross, coming back. Ready, and go. Over, under, come back and under. Get that under step 2 and then run. Ready, go. Over, under, turn and run. Good, over, under, go. Good. 3 or 4, then run. That's it, just take off. Coming back out on this one. Go, nice, next one, go. Nice. There you go. Nice. Higher than last time, power skips again, higher. Really drive up. Power skips, ready and go. Get them up, you should be nice and warmed up now. Good, Croaks. Get them up, next group, go. Good, and next group, go. Good, Ty, feet. That's it, Kyle. Awesome. Skipping backwards. Can you skip backwards? Okay. Give it a shot, skipping back. First group, go. Skip back. Next group, go. Skipping back. And go. Yeah, T-Cox. Nice. Frankenstein walks. Okay, you should be feeling pretty good now. Opposite foot to hand. Stretch. Dynamically stretch. Ready and go. Dynamically opposite foot to hand. And next group, go. Stretch out those hammies. Reach up. Next group, go. There you go. Nice. That's it. How good hands. Want to be nice and loosened up. Good. Frankensteins. Let's really get guys that skipping going now. Skipping. Okay? Get that bounce. Get that rhythm. Frankenstein skips. Ready? Go. Get that skip going. Footwork. Good. Next group, go. There you go. Next group, go. Good, that's it. Awesome. Good, monster walks, good. Pop it. Fire the knee to the elbow. Ready, go. First group only one time. Fire the knee to the elbow. Pop it up, straight down. Good, next group, go. Monster walk. Next group, go. Good, all this good warm up in those hips. Warm up those hips. Monster walks. Good. Good, chest out nice and good there. Awesome. Same thing, guys, except this time, big step out, elbow in step. Big step, elbow in step. Stretch out your groin and your hip. And go. Push back, no gather step in the middle. Just push right through. Next group and go. Try that. Step right, rotate the opposite way. Good. See if you can eliminate the false step. Good, and go. There you go. That's it, Kyle. Good. Nice. Good, T. There you go. Little same thing, have them facing us. Same thing. Okay, same thing, guys. Get that. A little bit quicker. A little bit quicker. Step right through. Stepping right through. Ready, go. Chest out, rotate. Rotate. You got it. Go. Chest out. You got it. Chest out. Look at your balance. Are you aware of your balance and where you're at? Imagine you're on a straight line and go. Nice. Straight on down. Perfect. Awesome. Good. Nice. Let's come on in. Good. Walk it on out. Facing me, guys. Walk it on out just a little bit. Straight line across. Good. We got jumping jacks. Straight on across. Good. Good on that moving stuff. They want to get them this way? Good. Taylor, probably get them that way.
Oh, they're going to be facing your way. All right.
Here we go. Jumping jacks. Ready? Just get them all the way up, all the way down. Good. All the way up and around. You want to remember, you want to stretch nice and high. This is to warm up your shoulders and the balls of your feet. Okay, all the way up, all the way down. Okay, jacks. Toes are tucked to your nose. And relax. Take a rest. Seal jacks. Out in front. Make it explosive. Okay, 10, go. Make it explosive. Good. Make it explosive. Not just lollygag. Pop, slow. And relax. Okay, nice and easy. Flings. Notice I'm always coming back. Okay. Explode back. Ready? Flings. Go. Good. Fling. There you go. Cross your hands. Cross your feet. 5, 4. That's it. Time. Good. Gate swing. You want to drop your hips. Sink down low. This is to stretch out your groin. So your toes are pointing out. Drop your hips. There's no rush. Stretch out your groins. Real good. Ready? And go. Good. Toes are out. Push your hands on the inside of your knees. Push your hands on the inside of the knees. Sink it down. Drop your hips. Bend your knees. 4, 3, 2, and relax. Take a rest. Pogo hops. Remember, guys, pogos, Achilles, tendons, and calves. Toes to the nose. We're going short first. Warm up the balls of your feet. Hands are right here. 10 seconds. Ready and go. Balls of your feet. Toes are up to your nose. Short, 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 short. 10 seconds and begin. Toes are up. And time. Take a rest. Very good. Couple more inchworms. Inchworms facing this way. Walk it out as far as you can. Walk it in. At the top, stretch downward dog. Walk it out as far as you can. Okay, we're gonna go all the way up, stretch it out. Then we're gonna say reverse backwards and walk. Downward dog stretch. Forward inchworms. Ready? All the way down, downward facing dog. And start walking out. As far as you can, just your hands, then your feet. Take your time. How far can you go out? And then walk it on up. Feel the stretch behind your legs. Take your time. Walk your hands and then your feet. Stretch it out as far as you can. And then reverse directions. Okay, all the way left, all the way right. Nice. Good. Hanging down, straight on down. All the way down. That's it. Stretch it on down. Nice. And coming on in. Knees together, feet together, hands on the knees. Feet together, knees together, hands on the knees. Nice and easy, just bounce your knees forward and back. Okay? Put your toes straight ahead, Todd. There you go. Nice. Now, keep your knees forward. Circles one way, circles the other way. Figure eights, back and forth. Figure eights. Good. Keep your hands on your knees. Sit deeper. Forward and back. Good. Keep your knees forward now. Left and right. Left and right. Good. Circles one way. Press wide out. It's got to have strong fingertips. You can have some balls being zinged at you in the game now. Good. And relax. Pulling. Now you're pulling. Elbows up. Quarterbacks. Keep your shoulder blades pinched. In and out as you pull. In and out. QB drills right here, baby. Gets the shoulders strong. Up and down. Up and down. Nice. Nice. Keep pulling. Okay, circles forward. Keep pulling though. Keep pulling. Pull the other way. Keep pulling. Nice. And relax. Shake it on out. Good. Right hand on that hip. Opposite pull. Forward rotator cuff. Good. And switch up rotator cuff other way. Good. And relax. Good. We got foot quickness, guys. Good work. Let's come on. If you need a sip of water, get it.
TD Performance presents an extraordinary new series of DVD programming guaranteed to improve your athletic abilities and overall fitness. 7 different DVDs in all, featuring Todd Durkin, Fitness Trainer of the Year and Personal Trainer of Drew Brees and LaDainian Tomlinson. The dynamic warm-up features over 25 of the most up-to-date warm-up techniques that are designed to improve flexibility, prevent injury, reinforce proper speed mechanics, activate your nervous system, and prepare your body for superior athletic performance. Joint Integrity shows you the most up-to-date exercises to strengthen and stabilize the tendons and muscles that support your joints. By applying these techniques, you will improve muscle symmetry and develop dynamic balance, which will help you in all sports. Core Conditioning features over 30 different techniques to strengthen and improve your core muscles. These exercises are designed to improve athletic performance and help prevent injuries for all athletes. In Sports Strength, you'll learn over 40 different techniques to improve your overall body strength, enhance your speed and athleticism, condition your entire body, and get bigger, faster, and stronger. In Explosive Power, you'll learn over 25 of the latest drills and exercises to improve your athletic power. These exercises are designed to improve speed and power through plyometrics, maximize fast twitch muscle fiber, increase vertical jumping abilities, and increase overall strength for all sports. Speed, agility, and quickness features the latest techniques and over 50 different drills and exercises to improve your athletic speed, agility, and quickness. Flexibility for Performance demonstrates the latest stretching and corrective movement techniques that are designed to help align and elongate your muscles and tendons. You'll learn how lengthening the connective tissue can improve an athlete's range of motion, accelerate recovery time, and relieve pain and stress through a series of yoga-influenced positions.